Hi, it's Elizabeth from Tyne Valley Motorhomes, and today we'll be doing the handover video of the Swift Carrera 144. So here the wastewater and freshwater buttons have been pushed to empty the tanks. As you can see, water is coming out of both the driver's side and the passenger side. Behind the driver's door, you've got your external shower. So if you pull the cap up, and then to take the black cap off, you've just got to push the blue collar, push it back, and the black cap will pop off. You can then pop your external shower into there, make sure it's tight on, and then as long as you've got fresh water in the freshwater tank and your water pump on, your external shower will work. And then once you finish using it, again, push the blue collar to pop the shower off, and then just push your black cap back on, and then you can store it. Next, we've got your cassette locker. As long as the blade on the inside of the toilet is closed, you'll be able to pull this orange handle up and slide your cassette out. Then to empty it, you just want to pull the spout out, unscrew the cap, and then when you're emptying your cassette, you just want to press this orange button down. This just allows some air in and stops it from clogging when you're emptying it. You can then put some more water in, give it a good swirl around and clean it out again, and then empty it. And before you pop it back in the cassette locker, just put some blue or green liquid in your cap, pop it down the spout, push it back, lock it in, and then it's ready for use again. Next to your cassette locker, you've got your hookup point. So just remember, when you are hooking your vehicle up, pop the hookup cable into the vehicle first by lifting the collar, aligning it up, and push it on, and then connect your cable to the mains on the site, as you don't want to be walking around with a live lead, and then vice versa. Disconnect it from the mains and then disconnect your hookup to your van. On the back of the vehicle, you've got your reversing sensors at the bottom, and then you've also got a tow bar. You can also see the LPG sticker on the driver's side at the back of the vehicle. So if you open it up, you can then lift the seat up in the rear lounge. You'll get your gas locker. These will hold two 3.9 gas bottles, as it's a slightly smaller locker. And then when you are connecting your pigtail to the bottle, it's a hand tighten, so you don't need a wrench or a spanner. But just remember, it's left to tighten, right to loosen, opposite way around being gas. And then you can open it and close it with this dial on the top. Always remember to secure your bottles in, just so they don't rattle around when they're travelling. In the back of the vehicle, you've also got a full fly screen. Just be careful when pulling it across and pushing it back, as the runners are quite delicate and you don't want to pop it off. At the back of the vehicle, on the passenger side, you've got your external barbecue point. So you want your length of hose and your adapter to attach it to your Cadillac or barbecue. And as long as you've got your gas bottles turned on and you've got a flow of gas through the van, you can turn your gas tap on and off. There is also a sticker just below showing you that horizontal is off and vertical is on. Just in front of the back wheel, you've got your freshwater filler point. So you'll need to use a key to unlock it, and then you'll just want a hose and some adapters, as some sites just provide the brass tap. Then pop your hose pipe through there, turn it on, and you can fill your freshwater tank up. You can fill it full or just put as much water in as you think you're going to need. And then when you're done, pop the cap back down and lock it, just so no one can tamper with your fresh water. Just next to your passenger door is your diesel and AdBlue. So you just want to use your ignition key to open your diesel cap. And then when you are filling up your AdBlue, if you go to a petrol station where they take Arctic lorries and get it off the pumps, it's cheaper than if you buy it in the drums. On the inside of your passenger door is your ideal tyre pressures. You've then got your leisure battery under the passenger seat. The vehicle battery is under the floor, and then your bonnet release is just here. Under the bonnet, the main thing you want to focus on is your screen washer fluid, your engine coolant, your brake fluid, your oil, and then you've got your negative and your positive just down here, which you'll need to use your key to lift the cap up. And you've got your positive there if you need to give or receive a jump start, and then you've got your weight plates on the front here as well. The first thing you want to do when you get into your vehicle is turn your main control panel on. From here you've got a few different settings, so you can turn your internal lighting on and also your awning light on, and then you've also got a dimmer here if you wish. Next you can check your power source and your battery levels. Next you got your water, so you can see we've got 25% fresh water. You can turn your water pump on from here, and then in the winter you can put the heating on in the water tanks. Just stops your water from freezing, it just keeps the water tepid. You can also see your wastewater levels here as well. And then next you've got your environment. Here you can see the internal temperature currently is 10 degrees and the external is 9. So just remember, when you set your heating, it needs to be warmer than the current external temperature. So if you're going to put your heating on, it would need to be 9 degrees or above to kick in. To use your heating and hot water, here you can see you've got gas and electric, and on your heating you've got gas and electric. So you can either turn your gas on or your electric, or you can have both if you want hot water quicker in winter. Then temperature, your gas setting, and then your electric setting. Same on your internal heating. You can go all the way up to 30 degrees or down to 5 degrees for frost start. When the icon is blue, it means you've got it selected, but it's not currently working on gas. However, your electric is orange, so that means it's on electric and it is also working from the electric. Here we've got both gas burner hobs working. Just remember that once you've used them, let them fully cool before you put the glass lid down, as it will shatter if it's too hot. Here you can see your oven working on gas and your grill. There's also a light just next to your ignition, so you can turn your light on and off depending if you want to use it. Here we've got the hot water running. I don't know if you can see the steam, but it is hot and up to temperature. In the cupboard next to your oven you've got your table and your leg, and then you've also got your infill cushions for the front bed. To use your 12 volt compressor fridge, you can select the temperature you want. So if you click on that, you can scroll from 1 all the way up to 5 bars, and then to select, press the button again. You can then scroll down. You've got your settings and your user mode, and you can open it from both sides. To make your rear lounge into a bed, you just want to move both cushions to the other side just to get the base of the bed ready. And then from here, you want to gently lift the bed up. When you lift the base up, first thing you want to do is just pull this bit of wood, just lay it flat just so that the bed frame can lay flat, and then gently bring half of it forward and rest down, and then the base of the bed. You can then slide your base cushions, put your base cushion back, bring them into the middle, and then put your backrest onto the back in the gaps. Once you've got all your cushions laid flat, you've then got your double bed made up in the back of the vehicle. Driver's side, under your cushions in the lounge, you've got your fuses and your trip switch. We'd always recommend you take some spare fuses with you. You can get them from Amazon or eBay, just in case anything blows. You'll be able to replace it easily when on holiday. Next, you've got your trip switch. So if you're ever hooked up and you're not receiving power in the van, just press this button. If the van trips, it means there's an issue within the van. However, if it doesn't, it means there's an issue with your hookup cable or the mains coming in. And then in the winter, when you're winterising your van, if you don't want the leisure battery being drained, you can press this button and it will turn off all your internal electricals. So in the bathroom, you've got your sink that folds up. If you're having a shower and you need a bit more room. You've got your shower head. You've got a drying rail if you want to dry your towels or any wet clothing. You've got your mirror. And you've got a cupboard as well, just next to it. And to operate your toilet, you want to make sure you've got your water pump on and some fresh water. And press the blue button. You get a flow of water into the bowl. Then just pull the grey lever across. You'll open the blade. Just make sure you shut it when you're done. And then when the cassette is full, you'll get a red dot on here, just indicating that it's ready to be emptied. So to make your front dining area into your bed, first thing you want to do is take your table off the top railing. You then want to fold your leg in half by pushing this button in, and then it will gently fold in half. You can then put your table onto the lower railings. And then when your table is on the lower railings, you can then put one of the filler cushions in, and then with the gap that's left, you can put the travelling seat's backrest into that gap. When you take the travelling seat off from the back, you'll see there's a little gap, so you just use a small filler cushion just there so it doesn't fold the cushion, as it's slightly thinner, and then you can put it in the gap. And this is what your front single bed looks like. You can also spin the driver's seat round just for a little more length. In the cupboard just above your gas burner hobs, you've got your switches for your fresh and waste water. So you want to drain your wastewater off whenever you're leaving a site, as you don't want to leave with the extra weight. But also when you're winterising your van, you want to drain both tanks, as you'll get frost damage if you leave them with water in through the winter months. Under the seats in the lounge in the rear of the van, on the passenger side, you'll have to pull out the drawer, and then from the back of the vehicle you'll see this little yellow toggle. This is your boiler drain down. So you want to do this in the winter when you're prepping your van for the winterisation. If it's facing towards the front of the van, it means it's locked and the water will stay in the boiler. However, if you turn it to the side, you'll see that the water's coming out of the boiler. You want to do this every winter, as you'll get frost damage if you don't drain your boiler down. However, when you are draining your boiler, you want to open your kitchen sink and bathroom taps just to let all the water run out of the pipes as well. So on the front of your steering wheel, if you're connected to a phone, you can answer or decline calls. With your arrows, you can flick through different settings on your dashboard. And then on the other side, you've got your cruise control. However, on the back, on both sides, you've got these little buttons here. So on your right hand side, it will decrease or increase the volume on the radio, and the middle button will mute your radio. And then on the other side, you can flick through different radio stations, or flick from DAB to FM radio, pressing the middle button as well. You've got your automatic gearbox, and then on your radio itself, you can manually go through different radio stations. You can connect your phone. You can go through different settings, different languages, display, clock and date. And then below you've got your air controls. You've also got volume button and then on and off button as well.